Hello lovely people, and welcome to your Yin Yoga practice. Today we'll be focusing on the fifth Yama, Aparigraha, meaning non-grasping. Today you'll need a few props, starting with 2 blocks. So if you don't have any blocks, you can stack a few books on top of each other. A belt or a strap, something long for a lovely pose at the end. And then finally, either a towel or even better, a soft blanket for a bit of support today. If you'd like a more restorative class, you can grab a pillow or bolster, but I'll give you a few moments to grab them, and we'll begin today in a seated position. So settling into your comfortable seat, crossing the legs, taking the knees wide and rooting the sit bones down into the ground or your support. Rest the hands down on the knees or the top of the thighs and make sure there's a subtle lift of the spine. And the longer you settle here, the more the shoulders can melt away from the earlobes. Begin to just notice the effortless breath coming in and out of your nostrils, feeling the rise and fall of the breath, naturally beginning and naturally coming to an end. This Yama today, Aparigraha, is all about the practice of letting go. So let's begin with a practice of the breath, emphasizing the exhale as you let the breath leave. We're going to inhale for a count of 4, hold for a count of 4, and exhale for a count of 6. So when you're ready, inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, pause, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Final round, inhale, 2, 3, 4, pause, 2, 3, 4, let the breath go, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a smooth inhale deep through the nose. And exhale, sigh out the mouth. Let it go. On your next breath in, rise both arms up to the sky and meet the palms together. Draw the palms back to center of the heart on your exhale. Bow your head to your hands and bring in an intention for this practice today. And in your mind, we silently repeat, I am able to let go. Begin to rub your palms together, fast enough so that you can feel heat generating between the palms. Speed it up a little more, and then when you feel the heat, separate the palms a few inches away from each other. Close your eyes and begin to feel the Shakti, the energy transmitting between the palms. Maybe the hands feel dense with energy. And on the breath in, lift the arms up overhead, plant the hands on the crown of the head and start to flow that energy down the side of the ears, down the neck, crossing the arms to either shoulder and down the arms, hands down the torso, the belly, and spread your fingers down the legs and meet me in all fours when you're ready to rise. So remove any props, taking the hands, spreading the fingers wide, Tucking the feet, inhale, drop the belly down for cat-cows. And breathing out, draw the chin to chest. And do a few rounds of this regular cat-cow. And just like a glow stick, we begin to snap and break the stagnation of the spine. And when we feel freer, I just invite you to move freely for the next 30 seconds. So close the eyes and begin to bring this embodied movement into the spine. And the beautiful thing is that when we're at home, we can get a little weird with it. So get your shoulders involved, rounding the chin. Maybe you're coming forward and back. Good. And when you're ready, taking a few more spirals. And then when you're ready, tucking your toes, pressing your hips back up to the sky. It's downward facing dog. Get comfortable, bending the knees a little, lifting your sit bones up to the sky. And just pedal the right knee bent and look under your left armpit and stay there for a moment. And then pedal the left knee bent, looking under the right armpit. Take a few breaths there. And slowly we come back to stillness. Lift your heels up high and begin to slowly walk the feet towards the hand for dangling pose. Just a few breaths there. Catch either elbows, soften your knees, plant the weight into the center of the foot. And just allow a wave of relaxation to draw down the spine and into your mind. Beautiful, guys. Slowly, fingertips down onto the ground, make your way to our first yin pose, starting in a seat. Locating your two blocks, I want you to make an equal sign behind your spine now. But first, taking the blanket or towel, placing it on the block closest towards your hips. The knees are going to shift to the right side of your mat, shins parallel to the edge of your yoga mat. And we're laying the right rib cage down onto the earth, supporting with the blocks underneath the rib cage and also the right ear. And when you're comfortable, relax the belly, lift that left arm up and overhead. Fingertips kiss the floor above your head. And if this is too intense with the block underneath the ribs, you can grab a pillow or a bolster at any time in the practice. But when you're ready, this pose simply asks you to surrender, to let go of any need to achieve, perform, or to try. And just notice if that is difficult for you. Is it difficult for you to allow yourself to just do nothing? The Yama Aparigraha asks us to loosen our grip on things. So practice this now in our first pose. Loosen the grip. Surrender your body into space and time. Beautiful, guys. For your final breath there, I want you to really breathe into the block. Full stretch inhale and surrendering down for your exhale. And before we exit this pose, I just want you to experiment by slowly leaning the left shoulder a little bit behind you. So we roll onto more of the back of our ribs and just stay for a few breaths there as you begin to rinse the fascia of your rib cage. Wonderful, guys. Coming back to center, pressing that left arm into the ground. And we're just going to face our chest over those blocks. So we've turned our way around. This time, grab the blocks one under the other, placing the hands on the blocks. Just slightly slide the right hand and right block forward. And we're going to land in child's pose, taking the knees wide, toes to touch. And the left shoulder is going to land on the block, forehead on the ground, and the right elbow is landing on the right block, which is a little bit more forward. You can keep the right arm extended or come into Gomukhasana arms with the right hand behind the base of the neck and the left hand behind the lower back. If there's too much for the shoulders, just extend one arm forward as you rest here for a few minutes now, focusing on your Ujjayi breath. So yes, this pose can feel a little bit awkward as we're working the upper body, the shoulders and the arms. And these areas of the body are all to do with holding on. Aparigraha teaches us that holding on creates suffering for ourselves. Us little humans like to hold on to many things, old versions of ourselves, relationships, mistakes, expectations of how life should be. Aparigraha asks us to question, what may I be holding on to that I'm ready to now put down? Let an answer naturally arise and use the breath to soften your shoulders on the exhale. Take a full stretch breath in on your last breath there, and then a clearing breath out as you slowly unravel your arms. Wonderful work, guys. Press your hands into the earth, making our way round. So drawing the feet to one side, take your feet in a wide leg position for Dragonfly. A few options with the arms. Forearms can rest forward on the block or the blanket, but I like to stack the blocks so my forehead is supported and my forearms can rest up and I can fold forward in between two straight legs. So in this simple pose, let this moment become enough. Try and resist the urge to feel like you need to do more, feel a deeper stretch. Just sit with it being enough. One little thing we all have in common as humans is the fear of scarcity. That feeling if you don't hold on to a person, opportunity, job, or possession, you might never get another one. So as humans, we grip tighter. But sometimes holding too tightly comes from fear rather than love. Now, Yin Yoga asks us to develop a deeper truth. The truth of, I have enough, I do enough, I am enough. Allow your shoulders to sink down with this realization and let the mind follow. Just like a fist that has been clenching and holding on for years, begin to open your palm. Unclench the grip on your last breath out there. Wonderful, guys. Pressing yourself back up to seated. Lifting the spine and gathering the underside of your knees to come to a seat with the both feet on the floor. Support your hands behind your spine and just take a few neck rolls here, dropping one ear down to one shoulder and the other ear to the other side. And close your eyes and just begin to feel that beautiful stretch in the neck. And when you're ready, slowly dropping back to center and drop both knees to the left side of your mat, shins parallel to the edge. The left rib cage is going to come down onto your block again, making that equal sign with the blocks. Left ear resting on the block, lift the right arm up and overhead to rainbow the fingertips towards the floor. Now both knees are stacked on top of one another. And again, I ask you to simply surrender your entire body weight with no physical effort now, other than to deepen your breath. One of the hardest things that life asks us to silently release is an old identity of ourselves. The version of you who was successful, who was young, was loved, looked different or had a different career or dream. We spend years grasping to get to someone that we desired. But life doesn't ask you to go backwards. Aparigraha invites us to stop gripping onto the past, that we don't have hands free to receive who we are becoming. So with your last breath there, breathe into the spaces around your ribs and heart in order to open ourselves up to receive who we are growing into. Enjoy your breath out, your final one there. And before we move out of that one, just slowly roll that right shoulder behind you. So we open the chest a little more to the sky. Take a few breaths there and enjoy. And then when you're ready, just slowly falling that right shoulder back down towards the ground. Press yourself up again, facing the blocks. And make your way to child's pose, wide legs. So the knees come wide and the toes to touch. Bring the blocks underneath your hands, shoulder width apart. And this time sliding the left block a little bit more forward so the right shoulder can land on the block closest to you and the left elbow can come on the left block. The right hand might be able to reach behind the lower back and the left hand may reach behind the base of the head. And maybe in another lifetime the hands will meet, but please don't push yourself here, as the aim is to relax the forehead nicely on the ground and reconnect to your breath within your body. So in this pose, I'd like you to focus on creating a bit of space in the chest. When we let go of things, we create space for beautiful things to come into our life. I'd like you to think of a wardrobe. And if every cupboard is completely full of clothes, there is nowhere for anything new to go. Our inner lives can be the same. If we're completely filled with old stories, attachments, things, and clutter, there's no space for anything new and revitalizing to come in. Yin Yoga creates that space for you. A space to breathe out the old, to open up to receive the new. So on your last breath there, take a full stretch inhale and a cleaning exhale. Well done. Let's come out of that one, unraveling the arms, pressing yourself slowly up. Remove your blocks and stack one on top of the other to the right hand side of your mat. Slide yourself forward and slowly make your way onto your back, hugging both knees into the chest, giving yourself a little rock side to side. We're going to locate our strap or belt now and hug the left shin in towards the chest and just round the ankle a few times on the left foot. We're going to grab the strap whenever you're ready and interlace the strap behind the ball of the left foot for cat pulling its tail. So walk your hands as close towards the foot as possible and allow the head and shoulders to stay on the ground. When you're ready, we'll take a breath in and extend the right leg long to straight. And if this is too much tension on the left knee, we can bend the left knee and come to a supine twist today. But if you're with me with the strap, taking it in the right hand, controlling that left foot over to land on our little block bridge to catch the left leg straight. With the left arm extended, you ground the left shoulder onto the floor, and a final option, full cat pulling its tail, is to bend that bottom leg and catch the bottom foot. And finding a neutral position, comfortable position for the head. And I'll leave you in a few minutes of silence here to focus on breathing space into the torso. Well done, guys. Slowly bending that left knee to come out of the pose. Extend the right leg long and make your way back into a supine position. Blocks will move onto the left side of your mat and the right knee will draw into your chest when you're ready. Just give a few circles of the right ankle just to wake up the foot. And then grabbing your strap or belt, interlacing the strap behind the right foot this time. And then extending the hands towards the foot. Arms will be to straight, shoulders plugging into the ground. And again, of course, an option is to bend the right knee, coming to supine twist. But if you're with me, the left hand grabs both sides of the strap. Extend the left leg long and draw and control that right foot over to the left, making sure the right shoulder is still grounding on the floor. Full option is to bend the left knee, catching the left foot with the right hand and mirroring whatever you did on the other side. Beautiful work, my loves. Let's take a deep final breath there. And on the exhale, slowly bending that right knee and coming back onto your spine. Finally, draw the knees in towards the chest. Give a final squeeze of the knees. Maybe the head will lift. And then loosen your grip as you come to your final pose. Surrender into the earth. It's Shavasana. Extending the legs long and coming to corpse pose. Invitation to block out any light from your house by placing the blanket on top of your eyes and get rid of any little wriggles or niggles, because today I challenge you to stay as still as you've ever been in your Shavasana. And as the practice finally draws to a close, it reminds us everything we have is temporary. Our bodies change, people change, relationships, our homes, careers, and circumstances. Yet we spend so much of our lives trying to make temporary things permanent. Our final teaching from Aparigraha is to learn to love deeply without demanding permanence. So instead of thinking, how do I keep this? Can we begin to ask now, can I fully appreciate this moment whilst I still have it? Really appreciate this sacred moment with yourself as I leave you here to lie for as long as you need. With my deepest thanks and gratitude, Namaste.